So these, the RP/RPPF, stands for, hey, my turn. Thank you. So RPPF stands for Reflective Project, Reflections on Planning and Progress. So these are the two things that we spend most of our time doing. That's not writing, it's planning, whether that's researching, interviewing, whether that is wrestling with the ethics of your dilemma, whether that is explaining your sources, right? Or finding sources at all. It's all planning. Progress is the actual writing of it, the actual connecting of it, the feedback you get from groups, from me, which you will get lots of feedback after the break when I have a chance to really give each of your drafts the time that it needs. But these forms, the RPPFs, which if anybody wants to propose a better nickname for these, I would love to hear it because I don't love all the R's and P's in there. But anyway, besides the point. If you go to this week's module, the 12.9 to 12.13, you will see this RP/RPPF form right here. Mr. Phelan has given me an example of what they should look like. So if you're curious about what ways you're supposed to be writing to these reflection forms, there is an example for you here. And I'm going to show you the pieces that I want you guys to focus on and try to complete by the end of today, as best you can. Even if it's still got a little bit of placeholders, that is okay. So this is what the form looks like once it becomes filled out, but you have a template one that is fillable in Microsoft Word. Reflections on Planning and Progress says the completion of this form is a mandatory requirement of the RP from, I don't know what first assessment means yet, but uploaded together with the completed reflective project under the criterion of E. So we looked at ethics as the criterion B in your considerations. This is another one of the things that IB is going to grade you on, so you definitely want to do it. Okay? It comes in the form of 3 reflections. You're technically supposed to do them after each formal meeting, and since we've only done one official formal meeting, if you've not officially formally met with your advisor, you are behind, and you need to get on that. But this form is a way to track and support authenticity in record of your work, and you want to talk. It talks about criterion E again. Anyway, so what this is made up of is a first reflection, an interim reflection, so an in-between reflection, or some type of between first rough draft and or after first rough draft and before better final draft is your interim reflection, and then you have a final reflection. So these have a word count of 1,000 words max. You do not have to deliver me 1,000 words. You just need to not go over 1,000 words. Question?
Is it 1,000 words for all 3 reflections or 1,000 per?
Combined. Good catch. So you have 1,000 words for all 3 reflections. So give or take about 300 per reflection. Unless you write 2 in this one, 2 in this one, and then 980 something in this one. Okay. So I'm not going to read this word for word, but you are welcome to do so. You can see that this student takes Ms. Gullickson's comments on the reflective project and couples them with their own interpretation and their experiences, and talks about what they took away from the meeting, what they learned they need to apply to their draft as it currently stands, areas that they want to improve, areas that they're proud of. You're basically just studying your own work without actually writing it or researching it or, let's say, participating in it. This is a way for IB to track and make sure that you're actually thinking about these reflective projects on a broader scale. So we really can only complete the first reflection because we've only had one reflection. But once you have your next meeting with your advisor and then your final meeting with your advisor, you'll be able to complete the interim reflection and the final reflection, as my understanding is. Okay? So, if you look at this page, there are, the second thing on there is download and complete this form from your first advisor meeting /feedback. If you download it, you're going to notice the same boxes with the same text, etc., etc. Once it decides it wants to load, it might not because I still have it open. We will see. Today would be nice, this century. Come on, Canvas. You know it's me. Oh, there we go. Okay. So this was introduced in 2018 with the last set of IB sort of re-examinations. But I just want you guys to prioritize this first reflection and relate it back. You're going to have to go off memory and off of whatever comments your advisor might have left you. or that I or Mr. Ahrens might have left you if we have had the opportunity to do so. And you want to complete the reflection answering some general questions such as, how did my experience shape my ethical dilemma? I'm going to call it the eth-dim. Or my writing. What feedback was I hoping to receive? What feedback? Hey, guys. You can survive not talking for 5 minutes. I believe in you. What feedback did I actually receive? Receive. Okay. How can I use my supervisor's input to improve my draft? And then the last question I want you to answer in this first reflection as best you can is, what am I proud of in my RP? And what do I need some improvement or help on? Okay? So your job, currently, I spelled supervisors in the Euro fashion. Okay. Your job is to complete the first reflection on RP/RPPF using the above questions. Okay? Does anybody have any questions in general for what I'm asking as we stand? No? All right. So this is a document similarly to your reflective project that it's alive. So you want to save it in a safe place because you'll revisit it. You don't want to you don't want to be making a bunch of copies and trying to manage which draft goes where, whatever. I'm going to put these questions on the RPPF. We'll just call it an RP form. We'll call it on the RP form. I'm going to put it under here so you know, in another way, what the instructions or the questions are you're actually trying to ask. Okay? Sound good? I think you can at least get started on a few of these questions before the end of the period and then save this somewhere safe. You don't have to submit it today, but you will have to submit it at the end of the semester with your final completed reflective project. Okay? Clear? Okay, cool.